Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, we're just going to do another velocity banking review. So, what is velocity banking? All it is a debt payoff strategy where you throw all of your money into debt. And if you take a look here, our income is exactly the same as our expenses, and we have zero left over in savings at the end of the month. It's a very painful situation. And in fact, I don't know if I've actually ever been in a scenario like this just because I know when I was financially strapped, I didn't even want to look at my bills. You ever feel that way where it's like, I don't even want to look at my debts, my bills? For the longest time, I didn't even know I had three separate student loans because it was just taken out of my account. I don't want to look at it because I'm scared. So, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to pay off our debt without making more money with the help of something called a line of credit. That's what velocity banking is. So, first step to velocity banking is you have your income, you have your expenses, and then you list your expense breakdown. And in your expense breakdown, you have to list every single debt that you have, right? So, we have four credit cards, two auto loans, a student loan, and a mortgage right here. And then anything that's not a debt, I always like to put in a separate bucket right here. This will always be there, but our goal is to get rid of all of these debts. And when we're living paycheck to paycheck, making a budget is incredibly scary, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy and paste, right? All of this. And here's the secret sauce, or the secret to the secret sauce is that you don't save money. I know it's crazy, right? It's like the same scenario. One scenario you're not saving money, the other scenario you're not saving money, but we're going to throw all of our money into a line of credit and increase something called our cash flow, right? So no matter what we're doing, right? We're just going to have zero savings until we pay off our debt. So, let's go ahead and do this. And we're going to assume that we have an access to a $120,000 free and clear line of credit. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Um, Most of you, if you're in a situation where you have zero cash flow or savings, are not going to get a line of credit. There's one exception. There's one exception that I know of. I'm not going to talk about it, but it is the rare exception. Okay. But you have to know this when you get credit. Banks don't lend money to people who need it. And if you understand that, you'll easily be able to get credit. Okay? They don't lend money to people who need it. The problem that most people have is that they think they need to go to a bank because they need money. But if you go to a bank when you need money, they never going to lend it to you because they see you too big of a risk, right? Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? So, but we're going to make the unrealistic assumption that we have access to a $120,000 line of credit. So, what's a line of credit? All it is a financial tool where you could borrow money, pay it back, and then use it over and over again. That's all a line of credit is, right? So, if I take a look here, let me just show you. Give me one moment. All right, there we go. $280,000 home equity line of credit. What does that mean? I say this in every single video. Basically, I go to the bank's website and I click a button and they could dump up to $280,000 into my checking account at a 7.5% interest rate. 7.5% interest rate. So we'll take a look here, $120,000 limit. And so what we're going to do to increase our cash flow is just move some of the debt. Now, here's the difference between the average American, the velocity banker, is that someone who does velocity banking uses their checking account. No, I'm sorry, uses their line of credit as their main operating account. So I'll show you the difference, okay? So if you're the average American, you use your checking account as your main operating account, which means that if you need more money, you just simply borrow it from the line of credit. Let's say I need an extra $1,000. And then guess what? You just have an extra $50 payment here, and then now you're in negative savings. Whereas, okay, even if we borrow money from the line of credit, okay, we're going to dump our entire paycheck in. So when we dump our entire paycheck in, it does two things. Number one, it satisfies the minimum monthly payment, so we don't have to care about that anymore. And then once we take our expenses, our what we call our cash flow is going to be used to bring down the debt. So let's go ahead and do this. Move some of our debt. So how much is this? 35, 8, 15, 27. I'm going to sum it all up, and it's $85,000. So 85,000. We're a balance transfer essentially. Take it from our line of credit, and then guess what? Whoa! How did we go from zero to $2,740? Must be a scam. All right, so now we're going to do the final step of put our entire paycheck into the line of credit, expenses out, and then after every single month, it will the what's it called? The cash flow will be about $2,740. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and then this is going to be this, and I am going to get the cash flow, which is 2740, right? So basically, after every single month, this is going to go down by that cash flow, but you add the interest too. So that's how you get the formula of to get the next month's balance. It's based on these two. You add these up, then you subtract the cash flow, right? And then we calculate the interest based on the average daily balance, and then we multiply by the interest rate, 8%, and then we divide by 12. Okay, divide by 12. All right, so now I'm going to copy and paste, right? We're going to copy and paste, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then in 35 months, right? 35 months, we paid off 85 grand of credit card debt. Woohoo! 35 months, 85K, right? So almost 3 years, and let's just Google here average credit card debt, right? About $7,000. So, a lot of people are freaking about the credit card debt, and I need to do reaction to a news story that I saw about how more people are just making the minimums. So, just don't make the minimums. Dump all your money into the credit, the line of credit, and then don't save money either. That's like the secret sauce, right? The formula to the secret sauce. Now, let's go back here. So we have these 4 loans here, and then we'll calculate at month. Ooh, what did I do here? Did I accidentally erase the balance? Or no? I think I did screw up. All right. Well, let's see if I can figure it out of how to calculate the future balance of the loan. So there's a thing called FV, formula called FV, right? And then let's see if I can get this. So interest rate is C5, C5, and then I'm going to divide it by 12. And then the number of periods in the investment, which should be D5 times 12, if I'm not mistaken. All right. And then the payment amount is E5. Okay. E5. And I think that's it. Oh, I got to put a negative in there when you do the payment. But E5 and then PV, present value. So I think these two are optional. But let's just take a look to see what we get. Yeah, I got to put a negative there, don't I? I got to put a negative somewhere. Okay. All right. So what's the current? Oh, did I screw up? I probably. Oh, you know what? Okay. I gotcha. I screwed up. Hold on. Number of payments, payment periods in the investment, or the lump sum that the series. Rate, period, payment, and present value. I'm like confused. How did I even do this last time? Let me pause this. All right, I think I figured it out. All right. So, yeah. I don't I'll probably have to like redo this again if I accidentally erase the formula, but it's all good. All right. So, what is this? This is just a loan calculator where we could figure out what the balance of the loan is at a easy point or easy way to figure out at a certain point what the balance is, right? And so this helps me figure out how much I move into the line of credit, what's what we call the current cash flow index, and then I just use this as an easy way to figure out which loans to move into a line, regardless of the interest rate, even though the interest rate does affect the cash flow index in the very beginning because it determines the payment. All right, so let's go ahead and move these 2 loans. And how much is those 2 loans? And I'm going to, so 18 grand. So let's go ahead and move 18 grand into the loan. 18 grand. Let's do it. All right, so now this is plus 18658.39. Okay, so now that we've done that, these two go to 0, And then now we have $3,500 of our cash flow. All right. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then this is going to be 3523.5. That's our new cash flow. And then we see that in 41 months, the two cars are completely paid off. Woohoo! To two cars. And then, so now 41 months, that's going to be 85 plus 20 plus 22. So that's going to be 127K. 127K. And we'll do that. And then now let's just do the student loan at 41 months. So 41 months. Let's just do this 41, 41. And then now 0, 0. And then we can move this 32 grand into the line of credit. So let's go ahead and do that one. And I want to do this. Move that 32 grand here. Control V. This is going to be plus 32539.1. And I'm going to do this. And then this is going to be 0. And so we get an extra $500 in our cash flow. And now our cash flow is about 4 grand a month. All right, let's do it. So it's going to be 4023.09. Okay, and now I'm going to do this, and we see that in 49 months, it is paid off. All right, 49 months. Okay, so now it's going to be 127. Okay, 127 plus 45, which is $172,000. $172,000. And now the only thing left is really the mortgage. Okay. So 47. And so we have two options when it comes to the mortgage, right? The first option is you can throw all of your extra savings into the loan, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I would actually argue if you could do that, then go ahead and do it. But it requires a lot of discipline because you have to know the exact amount that you're going to put into the loan. And that's very hard for people. So, as an alternative, what you can do is just dump money into a line of credit and just move some of the loan into the line of credit. And you'll realize that it's a much easier process because you can always keep your checking or savings at 0 like I do. Right. So, we call this the chunking method where we just move some of the loan into the line of credit. And in this case, we'll do $7,000, right? Because we have the cash flow, and we'll just do it right here. So plus 7,000, and then how long did it take to pay off that 7,000? 2 months. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, whoop-de-doo. All right, so let's just open up the velocity banking calculator so I can just do this. And did I already do it? I don't even know if I did it, or maybe not. I gotta update the figures. So 6950.62. So 6950.62. We'll do a $7,000 chunk. I don't think it'll make that big of a difference, right? See, that was like a $10 difference. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look here. And 201,196.54. Yep, because I did the exact same situation last time. And look at this. Mortgage paid off in 3.6 years. 3.6. So now what we got to do is we're just going to go in here and then do 49 months, divide by 12 plus 3.6, right? And then that's 7.7 years we are debt free. Okay, 7.7 years. All right, so I guess, yeah, 7.7 years. And I don't even know what to say. So here's the thing. I'm going to end off with this. If you want to know where I got this calculator from, I got it from Renata. So if you're interested in not only learning about velocity banking, but learning just a little bit more, and I'll just leave it kind of vague, and giving me some money, click the Google form link below. I do get a commission off of sales of online educational products. And that's what the whole point of this YouTube channel is for. But I'm only looking for serious students. So just want to throw that there. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what to say. All right. So, yeah, that's it for today, folks. It's a beautiful Friday. I can't even believe it's Friday. It's Korean Atlanta Mentorship. Have a great day. And And look at this, we went from paycheck to paycheck to actually, yeah, $4,950 of cash flow in about 7 years without making more money. Isn't it crazy what happens when you pay off debt? I knows. All right. See y'all on the next video, everybody.